Hello, I'm Angie and this is UK Money Wisdom. Did you know that one single missing year on your national insurance record can cost you over £300 a year for the rest of your life? Not because you broke a rule, not because you did anything wrong, but because a letter used a term you didn't recognise. And you didn't realise it needed to be challenged. Today, I'm going to explain 6 HMRC and DWP pension terms, or jargon if you prefer to call them that, which cost retirees thousands of pounds, often without them ever knowing why. If you've ever received a letter from HMRC or the DWP and thought, I don't fully understand this, but they must be right, you are not alone. And that single moment, not questioning a word you don't recognise, is one of the biggest reasons retirees quietly lose money over time. Most people do not lose pension income because they made reckless decisions. They lose it because a letter used technical language. The system assumed silence meant agreement, and the loss happened slowly, year after year. Now, this video exists for one reason only: to translate the jargon calmly and clearly so you know when to question, when to check, and when to correct. You see, HMRC and DWP systems were built in layers over decades. Old rules still affected his payments, and not understanding the language can permanently reduce your income. The first one we're going to look at is your tax code, and I call this one the silent controller. Now, what people think is, my pension provider works this out correctly. What's actually happening? Your tax code tells HMRC how much tax-free income you get, how your pension is taxed, whether HMRC is guessing your income. And why does this quietly cost money? Well, if the code is wrong, tax is deducted every month automatically. And here are the common problems. There will be incorrect income estimates. There will be missing allowances. You get emergency tax codes, which is BR or X after any change, or the state pension is not coded correctly. And this does regularly happen. Let me give you an example for 2025-26. If HMRC assumes your private pension is higher than it really is, they reduce your tax-free allowance, even if the assumption is wrong. There'll be no letter, no warning, just less money each month. What should you do? You must check your tax code at least once a year, and certainly after any change. And here's the official help. If you have any reason to think that your tax code might be wrong, go to the link here. And your HMRC income tax helpline is 0300 200 3300. Number 2 is your personal allowance. Now, this is where we see the stealth tax, or something we call fiscal drag. What people think is, I don't earn enough money to pay tax. The reality in 2025-6 is the personal allowance is £12,570. It has been frozen. State pension counts as taxable income. PAYE does not always adjust correctly. As state pension rises, but the allowance does not, more people are pulled into tax without any tax rate change. This is often described as stealth tax because it happens quietly. And the result is unexpected tax bills, often blamed on pension providers, but caused by allowance mechanics. And what should you do? Do check your personal tax account regularly. And your official help is here. And of course, your HMRC income tax helpline, again, 0300 200 3300. Number 3 will be the qualifying year. I worked, so it must count scenario. Well, the critical clarification is you need 35 qualifying years for the full new state pension, and many people assume they already have them when they don't. The reality? A year only qualifies if enough NI was paid or NI credits were correctly recorded. Common problem years are part-time work, low earnings, gaps between jobs, caring periods not credited. And why this matters. Each missing qualifying year can permanently reduce your state pension. What should you do? Check your national insurance record line by line. Here's the official link. And again, your HMRC NI helpline 0300 200 3500. Number 4 is national insurance credits, often missing, often fixable. What they are: NI credits protect your state pension when you're not working. This applies especially to carers, low earners, and people on certain benefits. Why they're missed? Well, older systems didn't auto-record. There are claims not linked to NI numbers, and there are administrative gaps. The key reassurance is this is one of the most commonly corrected pension issues, but that also shows you that you need to check it because it often happens. What to do? Check whether credits were applied, especially during caring years. And here's the official help link. And the HMRC NI helpline 0300 200 3500. Number 5 is contracted out and cope. The money went to a different pot. What does that mean? Well, what people believe, I paid NI, so I must have lost something. What actually happened? Many people were contracted out. Workplace pensions and public sector schemes, and often with little explanation at the time. Here's an important, calm clarification. You did not lose this money. It went into a different pot, usually your workplace or public sector pension. What did this affect? It affected SERPs or S2P entitlement and the starting amount under the new state pension. So where does COPE fit in? COPE, that is the contracted out pension equivalent, is not money taken away and not extra pension owed. It is simply an estimate explaining why your state pension forecast looks lower. It's not a scam, it's not an error, but it must be understood. And what should you do? Do check your NI record and state pension forecast together. Here are the official help links. And your DWP helpline on this occasion is 0800 731 0469. And finally, HRP. What does that jargon mean? Well, it means Home Responsibilities Protection. And what do people think? That's old. It won't matter now. What it actually was, a system from 1978 to 2010 protecting state pension years for parents and carers. And why does it still matter? Well, missing HRP can reduce basic state pension. Many records were never updated and corrections are still being processed now. So who must check? Anyone who stayed home to care. It applies especially for women with gaps before 2010. This is one of the most emotionally charged corrections and one of the most justified in most people's opinion. And the official help is on these links above. And the HMRC NI helpline 0300 200 3500. The system is complicated, not because you or I have failed, but because it evolved over decades. But the good news is this: understanding the language prevents permanent loss. Many corrections succeed once challenged. Help does exist, but only if you ask the right questions. You must challenge anything that you don't understand. Before you go, do one simple thing. Log into your government gateway, look at your national insurance record. If you see year is not full, you may already have found a way to increase your income. That single cheque can be worth hundreds of pounds every year. I'll be doing follow-up videos on each of these terms and further terms that we get bogged down in. I'm also providing a printable companion guide for this video that you can work through calmly at home. Of course, this is general guidance and information only based on current UK tax rules and public statements made in 2025-26, so bang up to date. Do please like, subscribe, and most importantly, share this video if you know of anyone that you care about who could use this information. I'm Angie, and this is UK Money Wisdom. I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now. Have a lovely day.